So recently, I just got done watching the Wuthering Waves trailer, and I was really excited for that. I mean, it looks amazing. It really does. And I was kind of worried at first for Wuthering Waves because I know at first it didn't look too great. At least in my eyes, it looked too muted. Everything looked kind of dull and everything. But this new trailer that came out recently, a couple days ago, I think like about 2 or 3 days ago, um, I was kind of hyped for it. It looks phenomenal. It really does. The animation style, it looks clean. The character design is clean. The character movement is clean. Everything clean. Even the animation style for battling looks amazing. Honestly, top tier. Now, unfortunately, there's a very high expectation about this game, so I kind of worry that this game will fall underneath expectations for most players, especially if we're being contended against killing Genshin. And unfortunately, with Genshin being too popular and its huge player count of 63 million players in the past 30 days, I highly doubt that this game will kill Genshin because of the sheer dedication of other players doing playing the game. Now, I will also say that Art Knight's infield that was also shown recently for the battle demo looked also phenomenal. It looked kind of dull too, kind of like the previous gameplay things we saw for Withering Waves. But considering most of these games are just that have been shown because of that are just like character development or builds of the game that are early on and they won't show anything that's been recent, and it's just also a good way for people, game developers, to showcase what they're working on and what they've done worked on and what they're going to improve since that release, which is great. And like I said, and for example, this Withering Waves trailer is a steep improvement of what we saw previously with the other character demos, and just story wise it just looks phenomenal. There's such an improvement and you can really see it. And like I said, it's something with Ernest Enfield. Though for Ernest Enfield, I don't know if that game would do too great considering Art Knights is a niche game to a lot of people, and I kind of worry how that game might just fall on the radar really fast. People be excited for a couple weeks maybe, but after like, maybe 6 months, it's just not going to do too well in the money charts wise, and that's probably gonna be expected for Art Knight's Infield. But for Wuthering Waves, I do expect that this game will succeed most of the sales for maybe other games like Nikkei or Azur Lane or maybe even Hawkeye Star, even though I don't know. But I mean, considering we're just getting like it looks like it's gonna be a lot of money really fast, at least early on, for whales whatnot. But again, like I said, I have high expectations, but not enough to actually kill my expectations for the game as a whole. I do think this game will be great. I really do, but I don't think it'll be enough to kill Genshin Impact because it's not gonna be possible. Genshin is just way too big, and whoever else would do everything in its power to keep that game alive. Which I digress. But it's just really disappointing that these people are setting a high expectation for this game, and then people are just going to be ultimately underestimated for what's going to come next afterwards, the actual release of the game, and then when they get to play it, they might be a little underestimated for the expectations for the game, and then they get ruined for it, and then they just leave, which is going to be ultimately disappointing. But I digress. And like I said, for the Arnette's info trailer, it looks phenomenal. It really does. It looks kind of bland at first, but I do think once we get the actual full release of the game, it might look better. Texture wise and color wise. I mean, even so, this looks amazing. It really does. You can't tell me this does not look interesting at all because it does have its uniqueness. I mean, I do understand Arnett. This is like in a pilot style kind of game. So hopefully it won't. It might still lean towards that kind of style, which is understandable. It is Art Knights that we're talking about here. And okay, so but I digress. But like I said, I have such high hopes for these games. I really do. I both hope Art Knights Infield and Wuthering Waves do a lot against the Genshin Impact community because it really Genshin needs to learn. It really does. It needs to learn, and I keep saying that, and I have a fucking record for saying that. But Genshin needs criticism to grow. It really does. But at the end of the day, just my thoughts. So hopefully, when these teams come out, I'll give my honest thoughts about it. But until then, chill, and I hope to see y'all later.